All right, guys, welcome to the market, the pre-market open. So yeah, let's look quickly at the number. We're gonna talk mainly. I want to talk about Palantir and Robinhood because I think these are the best setup right now, and that's where we could have like the biggest move in the next few days. Um, so yeah, currently market is very green at the open. Finally, after yesterday was again very difficult market. Right now, everything is green. 2.2 for Nvidia, 2.7 Palantir, 3.4 HOOD, BMNR 3.5. So yeah, it's a very good market today. Finally, let's hope we can keep that way. So yeah, let's look directly at what we have for Palantir first. Um, for that setup. So we can see that we pull back on the daily, we pull back all the way almost to the 125 support that we have. We are currently at 133 in pre-market, closed at 130 yesterday. Um, what we want to look for is a zone that we can bounce from here. Um, so we have this support at 125 that needs to hold for sure. We have also a huge candle. We had a huge candle with very high volume in that area, and plus a lot of wick there. So we could target this all zone. That could be our support. If this hold, that could definitely be our support. And we already had the target in place that we did yesterday, I believe. So this is this one at 150, 150, 154. And we have a second one around 176, 182 to go get after that. Why do I think this is one of the best setup? The first thing is that we we have this recovery of the liquidity in that area. That's the first thing. The second thing is that we are extremely undervalued on the daily. So we can see that we crossed this red line on the daily. If we look at the 4 hour, I believe it's also very extended. Yeah. So we can see that we are way below this this standard deviation line. This is a huge move, and in this case, we we definitely expect some kind of pullback from here. And it would be when you have such a deviation, usually you get a very big pullback. So you could I would say safely expect the target, this target at one around 155. That would be my safe target, but we could also go back to 150. It's more than possible. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it for Palantir, I guess. There is nothing much to say. Like we are extremely undervalued. This is an amazing opportunity to buy Palantir at those prices. Um, this is very unexpected, I would say. Um, so so yeah, I actually bought some more Palantir. Um, so in that area, for me, it's an amazing opportunity. Next, we can look at HOOD. We have pretty much the same setup on HOOD. It's undervalued on the daily. We have reached, you can see this week that we had. I had this daily target. Actually, I talked about this target yesterday. We put it this target yesterday at what, around 70. So if you want to see that analysis, just go back to it when I said that it was my safest entry. We were like yesterday around 80, I believe, and I said that it would be a great idea to wait to see a pullback around this 71, 70 zone on Palantir because we had this big week that we could target. And Palantir, sorry, um, actually yesterday pulled back in that zone and touch it or target. So this is again an amazing opportunity, I think. And that's the first thing. The setup is the same. Also undervalued on the daily, undervalued on the 4 hour. We have I mean a big deviation. It's a big it's a big crash. It's not the market going down in a normal way where we gonna have a very long bear market. Here it's way too fast to be something that's gonna go for weeks and months. So I really believe that we should, at least from today or from next week, start a pullback from those zones. And the last thing for HOOD that makes me very bullish is that if crypto market is following, and it's currently the case, Bitcoin is up 5% currently, Ethereum a bit more than 5%. So if we have a pullback, not a pullback, if we go back up on crypto at the same time, it's gonna be very good for Robinhood, and that could be a great catalyst, and that's a great name. If you take the fact that we just reached liquidity, we are undervalued, way too undervalued. Crypto could do well in the next few weeks. It's all I mean, the perfect recipe to have Robinhood skyrocket and go way higher. Okay, so I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say about Palantir and Robinhood. Crypto market also very quickly. Uh, we had we just on Ethereum we just recovered this all liquidity almost perfectly. I mean, I would say even perfectly. So maybe you don't see it clearly, but the wick just stop here and here, like it just, yeah, recovered perfectly. So for me on Ethereum, that would be the moment where we bounce. On Bitcoin, we actually went even further or target that we had here. And if we look on the left, we can see that we had, I didn't look that far actually on Bitcoin, but we had this week that could be recovered, and we just tapped into that week. So that's our new target, I would say, and now it's becoming support for Bitcoin. Be careful that we have still a week there, so there is no reason why it couldn't go tap into this one. But for the moment, if this holds, that would be all support, and the zone that we could go higher for crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum at least. Let's go check out quickly the SPY and the QQQ after. So on the SPY, let's look at the 4 hour. We are still trading in range. We are close to undervalued zone, but we are still not in undervalued zone. I believe that we were in H1. Yes, we were in the 1 hour. So that's very bullish for the S&P, and that could lead us higher from this point. The target doesn't change, so I really put it, you see, like I was expecting a bit of a pullback, not that far, but I was expecting to pull back there and then go higher. It did pull back, went a bit lower than that, but my target doesn't change. It's still for the S&P six. I mean for the SPY 693, 695, something like this. We can check if we can see some liquidity on the on the side, and we had indeed two things. We had huge wick and still a bit of a gap to recover. So that was another target. It crushed it, rebounded on that wick. So for the moment, if we hold this support, it's all good for the S&P. I think we are way too far also undervalued. We have to come back in a normal zone. Don't expect S&P at crazy new highs, but at least I think we could definitely see this um, six around 695 on the SPY very quickly. So that would be my target on the Qs. Same, very extended on the 1 hour. Just target. My target is there. It doesn't change from yesterday. It doesn't change. It went a bit lower. That where I wanted it to bounce, but still didn't really broke the um the support, the target that we had. It slightly broke it and then came back into it. So currently we are on the pre-market. We are kind of safe in that zone. And if we see that we go back in more normal zone, go out of this undervalued zone that we are in currently, that would be very bullish, and we could target this big candle that we have here. Okay. Um, what else could I looked into? Maybe SoFi. Probably a lot of you are interested about SoFi. So let's look into that. SoFi. So we had a target here because there was a gap here plus this candle that has been totally untouched. So that was my target, and we reached that target. So once again, this is a great support to bounce from, and so that would be all new support for the moment if it holds. And the target that we had put it was around 24, 25. So that's what I would look to in the first place for SoFi. We are also in undervalued on the daily. Um, yeah, we are also undervalued on the 4 hour. It's very good spot. I believe like that's my top three pick for the moment. HOOD, Palantir, SoFi. That's I bought more of those, and I will maybe buy more today. I already did for Palantir. I will look to buy more for HOOD today, and SoFi. And yeah, from now, guys, like just let's expect that we can see finally some green, but I think this move was way too fast, way too aggressive. Those undervalued zone showed us that it's nothing like we're like, oh yeah, it's dropping fast. No, we can really see that we are breaking standard deviation. We are like 2, 3, 4, 5 standard deviation, which is like very rare. Like you don't get that most of the time. So I believe it's an amazing opportunity, like we had at Liberation Day, deep seek moment, stuff like that. It's scary a bit, but at the same time, just ask yourself, is this something going on? Are those company missing earnings? No, SoFi crushed earnings. Palantir is crushing earnings. I think Robinhood is on the 10 maybe. I'm not sure. So don't take my word for it from it. But um, every earnings that those company are amazing. So I don't see anything to worry about. I know it's painful. I know yeah, it's very hard to see all these reds for days and days, and being like, okay, I don't get it, what's happened. Well, it happens, doesn't matter. Now the question is, what do we do? And for me, is I don't sell anything. I've not sold $1 of the stock I had. I still own everything, and I'm gonna continue to hold there. And I've been adding here because I think it's gonna be in a few weeks to 1 2 months, we're gonna be like, oh my god, this was the moment, like this start of February, like this was the moment where we had to put like the money to work. So yeah, let me know what you do. Of course, be safe. Don't use leverage margin on. If you do it in a very smart way. And yeah, do your own research always. Don't take my words. Do some technical analysis. Do some fundamental analysis. I believe like you cannot do once and forget about the other one. I think that's not great because you're missing of like 50% of the edge that you could have. Yeah, and so let's see how the market's opening today, and yeah, I see you probably on Monday for the next live. See you guys.